Hi, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, and this reading is for Taurus for August 2020. So I thought I would just explain my spread and what I do for the month. So I do one row based on sort of past, one for now, one for near future, and kind of any other information you need. We'll read the bottom of the decks, and then we'll do I've got a few oracle cards, and we can always do a few others if need be. So just a few things to know if you don't know much about tarot spreads, that time is fluid. So just because I say now doesn't necessarily mean right now. It can mean anytime. It's depending on whenever the right guidance is for you. It can also depend on when you watch the video, those kind of things as well. So time is fluid. If I mention you or another person, it can mean vice versa. It doesn't necessarily mean when I say your partner, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be them. Could be you. If it doesn't resonate, if this reading doesn't resonate, then it just means that maybe you're not in that same place as every other person of that star sign. So maybe just you can always try another different reader, and maybe you'll resonate with them, and then come back to me at another time. So we'll get on with the reading. I would love for you, if this does resonate, for you to like, subscribe and share and add your friends and watch my videos. That'd be great. Okay, so the first one is about passion ignited. So passion ignited. So that is the same as the Ace of Cups, which can mean a new relationship, emotional fulfillment, a love. Maybe you're just feeling passionate once again, maybe after a time of not being so passionate. Something you enjoy, a deep feeling, maybe, joy, something that makes you feel happy. Then we have the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is about too many choices. It can also mean commitment. Maybe there's some indecision, maybe some self-indulgence. It also shows options, and I think because you've got passion ignited, maybe there's just a lot of choices. Maybe you have choices with relationships even, maybe there's multiple people that there's options. You have options. So passion ignited, maybe you're just getting back into the dating scene, or it's all about the different cups. Like they've got 7 little different cups. Doesn't mean necessarily 7 people, but there are choices. Then we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is more about sort of maybe having some time in solitude. Maybe it's a bit of rest. Maybe you feel like you need to recuperate, or it can be even inner fears, but maybe have a bit of relaxations and maybe contemplation, because you can see, like, this is the heart here. Maybe it's getting over that. Maybe it's thinking about that, but it can mean sort of, it can mean contemplation as well, but maybe you're just now feeling like you could meditate about it if you're a bit confused, but maybe it's just you've gone through the crap and now you're just kind of relaxing and resting, really. Like, as I said, maybe it was a breakup. Then we have the Solitude in reverse, which is the same as the Hermit card. So in reverse, it can mean loneliness. Maybe you feel a bit lonely. Maybe you feel like you're withdrawing. Maybe you feel isolated. I guess with all this corona thing, that is possible. But also maybe you just need to kind of spend time by yourself for a little while. I've got these positive vibe incense burning, and I swear it's aiming at me. It's moving all at me. Okay. Then we have the Moon card. These pictures absolutely stunning. Okay, so that can be maybe fear, maybe some using your intuition. Maybe there are unseen problems that you don't know about, something going on behind the scenes. It can be anxiety. Maybe, as I said, maybe you were in a relationship, maybe you had a breakup, maybe you've got a new relationship, or you've got many choices. It's all maybe your anxiety and fear about that. Then you have the Two of Pentacles. So that is more about 2 choices. Maybe, as I said, weighing your options, balance, exactly what I just said. Maybe it's juggling, maybe it's time management, but I think in this situation, it's about maybe you just have choices. You're weighing up which option best suits you. I think that's, yeah, you want harmony in your life. And I think you need to weigh the options, figure out which one suits you. Maybe you need to make sure you both are going in the same direction, whoever you choose to be with, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship. Make sure that you have, even with relationships, so you need to make sure you have an alignment of values. You need to make sure you both have the same direction in life, the same wants in your future. If he wants kids and you don't, or you want kids and he doesn't, I mean, clearly not going to go well. There's going to be fights. There's going to be someone having to kind of just give up whatever dreams they have for their life. So make sure that you have the same, hopes for your future. It's important. Something I've learned. Okay, then we have the Temperance. So once again, it's about balance. Seems to keep coming up with all the readings I've done so far. Patience, having harmony, exactly what I just said. You can see him meditating and he's balancing these two options. See that? Weighing up, judging which one, like deciding really which one suits. It's all about two options. There's two, Okay. Then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Can mean maybe somebody, whether it's your past, whether it's somebody you know, whether it's friends, maybe it's you, somebody, I'm not saying who, is possibly being bitchy. There's some deceitfulness. There's somebody who's being a bit sly, cold-hearted, over-emotional, somebody that's easily influenced. Yeah. I guess whatever sits right with you, go with that. Okay, then we have intuition. So intuition, obviously very, very important. It's the same as the High Priestess in the normal tarot. It's about secrets, mystery, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, having sacred knowledge. Yeah, so, I mean, you get guidance from above and you trust it, then it won't lead you wrong. It's when we don't trust it, that's the problem. Okay, then we have material and spiritual prosperity in reverse. So to me, reverse would say that maybe there's some unpaid debts. Maybe you're going to lose money. I think it might be a one-sided relationship. It might be one-sided, like for money even. Maybe there's some self-care that needs to happen. Some debts that need to be paid. Could be any of those options. And emotional withdrawal. So that's more about withdrawal, retreating, moving on, feeling abandoned. Someone looking for better because they know they deserve better. Maybe disappointed about the past. Like you can see the person meditating, but they're feeling, they're by themselves. They're having that solitude, like the card over here. I can pick it up. Okay. So yeah, I think trust your intuition about whether it's, everything else seems to be about relationships or friendships or some sort of relationship. By relationship, I mean friendship, relationship, family members, whatever. Maybe trust your intuition with that. Spend some time grieving if you need. Obviously, as I said, you obviously know you deserve better than whatever was before. Okay, so funny enough, the Hermit in reverse is exactly the solitude in reverse. You feel isolated, lonely, you're withdrawing. It's exactly the same. I think you go through a bit of a period where you find something you enjoy, you have some sort of passion, but at the same time, you also are grieving something or spending time alone. You've got choices. You have choices with relationships or jobs or whatever it happens to be. But you do need to trust your intuition and kind of have that time, I guess, alone. But maybe you need to go out, maybe so you don't feel so isolated and lonely. Maybe try and put yourself out there so you don't feel that way. Because you want to emotionally withdraw, and maybe you have been, but maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should put yourself out there. Go out with friends. Go and, have some fun. The 9 of Pentacles is next. That can be a financial gain. Maybe you're independent. Maybe it's getting abundance. It's accomplishments. It's all those things, being self-sufficient. Maybe it's just you now being independent. Maybe it's just you being the boss of you, really. Now, then we have the Hangman in reverse. So the Hangman in reverse, I'm not even showing it, is maybe there's some indecision. As I said, maybe there's a couple of decisions, maybe that you just don't want to make the decision. Maybe you're resisting, you're stalling making the decision. There might even be some sort of delay as well. I mean, the Hangman is all about change of perspective, but upright. But I think in this case, you're kind of just stalling, making whatever decision you need to make. You're weighing, maybe you need to take the time to be by yourself to figure out, maybe meditate, do all those things, figure out what it is you want. Then you have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is someone who's a natural born leader. They're confident. I mean, maybe these are traits that you want. Maybe you can see he's all tough on the lions back here. You've got the strength of a lion. Confident, He looks very, very confident. This lion's not going to come and eat him. So maybe that's the traits of the person that you're considering. Maybe you are that kind of person. But I think know that you have this, like you have this guidance. You have this other person helping, protecting. Okay, then we have success. Now this is the same as the Ace of Swords, which, funny enough, is exactly underneath. Ace of Swords. Like this is going to happen. This is some sudden opportunity, this new idea, this breakthrough, success, a fresh start. There's going to be, maybe you make the decision and I mean, it's there. Like, look how strong this girl, she looks like, grr. There is a new start, like definitely going to happen, definitely new start. Which then you have the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse is somebody it can be maybe someone who's inflexible, domineering, maybe they're controlling, have a bit of a lack of discipline. So yes, you're going to have a fresh start. I guess don't be that kind of person. Don't be someone who's controlling. Don't be somebody who's with somebody who's controlling. Be flexible. Go with the flow. Unfortunately, that is the one saying I really hate. Go with the flow, and I'm using it because you need to go with the flow. You're not going to have a successful relationship if you're going to control somebody. Right. And you've got the Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving help, generosity, like prosperity. Maybe the relationship's going to flourish. Maybe it's going to be, as long as you don't be controlling, and the relationship will flourish. And maybe the man or person, man, woman, maybe they have some money as well. You got King of Cups in reverse. As I said, don't be emotionally manipulative and don't put up with somebody who's being emotionally manipulative. If they're violent, if they're moody, anyone like that. You don't want to be that. You don't want to attract that. So make sure you do the work on you if that's the case, so you don't attract that. But also don't be that person. Don't try and control someone just because you're in a relationship. And also, if you're in a relationship, don't let someone control you and be like that. Right. That is that spread. I did a couple of oracle cards, and we'll read the bottom of the deck as well. You need to have pride. There needs to be pride, and there is going to be karmic completion. If you can learn the lessons, whatever you needed to learn, there will be a karmic completion. You will learn the lesson and you'll move on. As I said, maybe that's got to do with the being controlling and manipulative or moody, or if you were in a violent relationship, you don't want to attract the same. You don't want to be in another violent relationship. So make sure you learn the lesson. Right. Over here, I did a couple. So you have a new phase. You got the Phoenix card, new phase, renew, transformation, growth. So rise like the Phoenix, new start. But we have a separation. Maybe they live at a distance from you. Maybe they're just separated from you. Maybe this is your past person, but someone's missing you and thinking about you. Maybe you feel unsure of the future. Maybe they feel unsure of the future. The snake reverse. Now, I got the snake reversed. Normally upright, that would mean someone who's in competition, they're malicious, you're the other woman, they're cheaters, you need to look over your shoulder like the snake. But it's reversed. Those things are done. Learn the lesson, as I just said. Then we have coffee cup, and that can be a friendship. Maybe you go out and have coffee. This is the card. It's got a little coffee cup. Maybe you go out, spend time with your friends, makes you feel uplifted, raises your vibration. It then attracts good things to you. Maybe you go and have a coffee with somebody who messages you and says, let's go and have a coffee. On the bottom of the deck of that one, you did get engagement ring. So maybe there's an engagement in the future. It also can just mean commitment, maybe completion. I mean, maybe you learnt the lesson and now you can move on to better things. You, once again, stop the pattern. You need to stop the pattern, which is exactly what this karmic completion is. You feel abandoned, maybe you had a breakup, a separation, but you need to stop the pattern. So you don't keep attracting the same thing. And as I just said, time with friends. Moving on, girl talk. Go and spend time with your girls, or if you're a guy, go spend some time with, your guy friends. You need to move on. You need to be happily single. You need to live in the moment, have some fun. And when the time is right, you will have the Ace of Swords, this new person. But be very careful. Put your boundaries. Watch your boundaries. I guess put them up if you need. But don't attract. Don't be charmed. Don't be used. Don't attract narcissists. As I said, the controlling, the possessive, those kind of things, you don't want to attract those kind of people. Then we have things in moderation. Need to have things in moderation. And green is generally also, it can mean maybe environmental, health-wise, moderation, do things health-wise in moderation. It can also mean just life-work balance, all those kind of things. You need to follow your dreams. Figure out whatever dreams you have and follow them, because at the moment I feel like you're not. You will have domestic harmony, which is everything in your environment. Doesn't necessarily mean relationships, but it just means in your living environment, things are going to be quite good. Maybe do some physical activity. That's always good for your health. As I said, with the health thing, there will be an abundance of love because it's pink. So it can mean self-love. It can mean love in general. Then we have mental conflict. Maybe you were having some conflicts going in your head, but they're only in your head. Doesn't mean they're necessarily happening in real life, but you're up in your head thinking about things and suffering in silence. Maybe when you're weighing up your choices, maybe you're suffering, you're not really talking to people. Maybe talk to your friends. Maybe get out of your head and talk to people if that's what you need, because things are going to happen fast. Accelerated motion generally means fast. I mean, you can see her, she's wishing on the star just there, looking up. Things are going to happen quite quickly. It's like a shooting star. Patience and planning. can mean maybe you need to just have patience and you're not. Can mean something's just taking its time, slow progress. As I said, I mean, it's weird. Things are going to happen fast, but maybe there's a bit of planning that needs to happen first. Maybe there's some work you need to do. And as I said, like, spend time with your friends. Like, go out and have a drink. Go and spend time doing something you enjoy. Bit of fun. You might meet people that way too. Okay, then we have... Oh, that stuff's getting up my nose. Then we have the Nine of Swords. So, Nine of Swords is somebody maybe who's feeling anxious. They're worrying. They've been through depression. Maybe they've had nightmares. They're regretting whatever they went through in the past. Like, she's looking quite sad right there. And this evil witch is like, you know, being evil, being in her head. It's the same kind of as mental conflict, really. It's what you think. Seven of Wands reversed is all about maybe someone who feels overwhelmed. They're having indecision again. They're exhausted. They're giving up. They're like, I can't decide. Make the decision. Like, the decision will come, but trust your intuition. Maybe spend the time, take the time to find out, like, meditate. Maybe find out what it is. You don't have to rush into something. You control that. The Tower reversed is averting a disaster. It can be a personal transformation, maybe a fear of change. Maybe that's why you're not making the decision, because you're fearing change. I hate change, but change, if you don't change, and you know you should, if you don't get rid of something out of your life that you know you should, you'll end up with a Tower moment, which is a whole heap worse. It's normally for the good, but it's like a huge sudden unwanted change that is like a big upheaval. It's, yeah, I prefer, but I don't like change, but I don't really want to have that moment either. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is a Prince Charming. Someone, it's romance. It's follow your heart. It's somebody who's intelligent, adventurous, a dreamer. And obviously they're good with animals. I mean, look at all the animals in the picture. That's what I like. So that's really good. Maybe just, yeah, like this people here. I mean, Three of Wands is about, can mean happiness, contemplation. You can see the three people. I think it's like, as I said, I think it's more spend time with your friends, spend time doing things you enjoy, getting out of your head, enjoy yourself, raise your vibration. Then we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. That is about self-limiting beliefs, your inner critic. You are your worst inner critic. You need to release any kind of negative thoughts you have, be open to any kind of new perspectives, and yeah, just the mental conflict needs to stop. Five of Cups reversed. Now that can be about moving on, maybe having hope. You forgive yourself for whatever you went through. Can be any of that. And the Page of Wands reversed is all about some newly formed ideas. It can be self-limiting beliefs, maybe some confusion. Maybe, as I said, maybe you're deciding what it is you want. It seems to be all about decision and choices. And you've even got the Emperor again. Pretty sure the Emperor was here somewhere. Yeah, it seems to be about decisions for you. There are definitely, I mean, maybe you need to make some plans. As I said, this one, the Emperor is all about authority and strategic planning, and someone who's a leader. They're respectful. They're, it's about structure, all those things. Maybe make some plans, even if they're little plans. But figure it out. Use your intuition, take time and kind of figure out, make your choices, weigh up your options. I'll do some romance ones just so we can see, because it was all about romance choices. It's not necessarily romance. It could have been choices with other things, but I'll do romance just in case. Okay, Taurus, August 2020. Note to self, don't burn incense right by my head. Probably a good thing. All right, Taurus. Oh, something's going to happen very soon though. But pay attention to any kind of red flags that are coming, because those are signs from the angels. They're signs from above. You need to love yourself first. As I said, that comes back to all these other things, is you need to love yourself, because someone is going to, it could even be you. Maybe you're not being you. Maybe you're not completely being you. Maybe someone is being, you know, manipulative and deceitful somewhere in your life, and it's getting rid of those people. And the bottom of the deck is honeymoon. Maybe there's a honeymoon period. Maybe you're going to travel. Yeah, let's have a look. I'll do the law of attraction and then we'll end it. But overall, it's quite a good spread. I mean, if you work on you and you learn the lesson, you're not going to keep attracting those same people in your life. So, okay, Taurus. Ooh, they flew. Let's see. That's way too many of those ones. Let me do them again because there was like about 30 cards came out. Taurus. Okay. So things, as I said, things are going to happen when they happen. You need to try not to make them happen. Stop trying to figure out if there's somebody who you think, oh, that could be that person. They could be my soulmate. I'm going to go where they go to make it happen. Whatever the situation, stop trying to make it happen. Because if you try to control it, you're just going to put it off. You need to do it. It will happen, I guess, when the time is right. So don't try to make it happen. Put out to the universe what it is you want. You can even write it down. Be very specific about what you want in a partner, in life. Yeah, and believe. You got to then believe. Like, stop trying to control the outcome and just believe in the universe. Then you've got love where you are. So appreciate the current circumstances. See the beauty in where you're at. Like, be grateful. Be grateful for everything that you currently have. And on the bottom, you've got limiting beliefs. So that's all about subconscious beliefs. Like, if you think my relationship is not working because I'm a horrible person who's fat and ugly, that's those limiting beliefs. You need to stop. Maybe do some subliminal meditation work on whatever your beliefs are. Believe that it's manifested, or it's going, like, if you believe it's manifested, live like it's, you know, it's already manifested, because it is going to, whatever you put out there is what you're going to get. And trust the process, because as I said, everything is going to happen, will work out when it's meant to, with who it's meant to. Just have total confidence in the universe. And the last one is your manifestation is happening. It's mayhem. Your current issue reveals past wounds, and spiritual growth. Hang tight. So that is your reading, Taurus, for August 2020. I hope that helps. If it does, please like, share and subscribe. And yeah, and please comment. I would love to have comments about what people think, and yeah, if it resonates to people, I would love to hear all of those things. So yeah, please let me know. Okay, bye.